Welcome to Kunoros, Hound of Athreos. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, we'll keep on this one. We've got not really a huge early game, but we're also playing against a baby Kamahl, and they're looking at 6 mana, so we'll definitely keep on this one. No reason to ship this one back, and we do have the draw for the turn, so we should be able to make something hopefully pretty nice out of this hand, especially with Omnixilus and us allowing us to keep single combat, which allows us to kind of control the board state and still keep Hound of Athreos on the battlefield. But yes, welcome to the Church of Athreos Petting Zoo. Hope you're excited to make a beautiful Hound of Athreos for all the little Athreos achievers to enjoy and play with and have so much fun with. So there we go. Opponent's going to lead off with Wayfarer's Bauble, and I'll cover our commanders in just a second. Let's see what we draw into for the turn, but if not, we'll probably just lead off with Marsh Flats. There we go. Lead off with Marsh Flats. Let's go for. Let's crack that bad boy. That way we can cover our commanders and not forget about it. Let's grab ourselves Godless Shrine. Have that come into play tap. Not going to pay 2, and then anything else, pass it over to our opponent. We're playing Kunoros, Hound of Athreos. Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. Creature cards in graveyard can't enter the battlefield, then players can't cast spells from graveyards. Playing against baby Kamahl, little pit fighter. He's going to hit your ankles. We'll make him normal because I actually really do like Kamahl. I don't want to make him mad. So, yeah, Kamahl's pretty cool. If you don't know, Kamahl's red and then also Kamahl's green. He's a druid too. So, a little interesting bit of lore right there. I don't know the full story. I've read it, but I don't know enough of it to accurately describe what it is. But if you want to look up some cool magic lore, definitely look up Kamahl. He's one of my favorite Magic characters. So let's lead off with Pouncer. Get a nice little cat on the battlefield, cats and dogs. And then anything else, we were going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. Playing against Kamahl, Pit Fighter. Haste, tap. Kamahl deals 3 damage to any target. So we did cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you'd like to go visit the Church of Athreos Petting Zoo, head on over to bit.ly/Jolt MTG. We have the Hound of Athreos set up over there. You can pet them, do whatever you want, have some fun. In fact, that's the best way to support the channel, by visiting the petting zoo via that link. Also, let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you're going to play online, they're your #1 source for some digital cards. And let's get the turn going, and we'll finish the rest of that in just a second. Drawing Swamp. Yeah, let's go for Athreos. Not Athreos. Let's go for the Hound of Athreos. Let's get this petting zoo going. We're going to get Athreos down. And then anything else, swing in for 2. We'll take it. Now, you may be wondering, why is the cat in here? This cat is a double strike. So this is a heavy Voltron deck. So one of the things that you want to do is you always want to have some Voltron backups. And simply just having a 2-mana double strike, once we get Sword of Feast and Famine on there, Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Blank and Blank, whatever that may be, whatever sort of piece of equipment we want to attach to the cat, it's going to have double strike, which is a very nice thing to have. So also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. If you go to inkgaming.com/Jolt, that will apply my coupon code. If you'd like to check out yourself a Church of Athreos playmat, they are available. They are over there, and I absolutely love that art. And last but not least, if you are still keeping score at home, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to directly support cool content like this, the link's down in the description below. But if you're keeping score, like I mentioned, feel like it's pretty safe to check that. It's officially a free time box, and let's have some fun. So what are we doing with the Hound of Athreos? The Hound of Athreos, this is 100% just kind of black-white control Voltron. Hopefully, we will find some equipment sometime soon. That's kind of what we're going for. But at this point right now, if our opponent ends up cracking Magus of the Wheel, we are okay with that. So let's go ahead and swing in. Yeah, we got Menace, and we've got doubles. Actually, we're not going to swing in with double strikes. So let's go and swing in with the Hound. It's going to be Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. So we're at least going to be able to get him for 3. If we are playing against Mono Red Burn, having a Lifelink creature kind of usually makes a difference on something like this. So anything else is going to pass the turn over there. We do have Omnixilus. We'll see if that Magus the Wheel's going to get cracked. They're sitting at 2 cards, so I'm probably going to assume that's going to get cracked next turn. One of the good things that we're happy with is that we're totally okay with the Magus of the Wheel. We kind of kept a slower hand. Do we want to cycle Ash Barrens to... Yeah, I think we're okay with that. Yeah, because that's going to be one less lane that we draw. So and this, with us hitting Magus the Wheel, that's going to be some. There we go. So we're going to grab Plains. We will discard that card, but I'm just, if that's one less lane that we draw into, hopefully that's something better that we can rip into. And odds are we will rip into a few more lands. All right, there we go. That is beautiful. We will take that. So we do have Steel Shaper's Gift. We have Mox Opal. Return to Dust is going to put in some beautiful work on Shadow Spear and Dark Steel Plate. So that Return to Dust is really going to be good. And we do have the land drop to make for next turn. And so what we'll probably end up doing, and actually with Valakut out there, we're going to have to get some protection from red for Hound, because that's not going to be pretty good for us if they get that Valakut going. That's pretty much going to devastate our entire board state. And that's going to be at least 5 of the amount. So they're making for a basic land drop next turn, and that's going to definitely get it. So let's see if we can't. We can always end up Steel Shaper's Gift for Hound. I think we might end up having to go for that. I really wanted to go for Return to Dust, but they don't really have that big of creatures out there, and we really just want to protect Hound of Athreos. So, see what we draw into for the turn. Draw into Talisman. Let's have Arid Mesa come down. Let's go and crack Arid Mesa. Let's grab ourselves a Plains. Let's go for Steel Shaper's Gift. Yeah, at this point, we're going to end up going for Swiftfoot Boots on this, because we want to be able to protect... yeah, we do have it in there. Whew, got worried for a second. There we go. Not that I was thinking that we only had Lightning Greaves in here, and then I remembered that we never put. Now we can go for heroes. Yeah, I feel a lot better just having protection. So let's get some Swiftfoot Boots going. That's going to be, if we end up going Talisman, that'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, and equip. Yeah, that'll work out. And then we can still drop in Mox Opal. Yeah, that'll work out. All right, there we go. All right, so we have Talisman come down. Let's go for Swiftfoot Boots. We're going to be able to equip that onto Athreos, on the Hound of Athreos. I've been recording a lot of Athreos this morning, so if you hear me say that, that is 100% why. And the other good thing is we're going to have Mox Opal online. So it's going to cast Mox Opal, which is going to keep us open for Path to Exile. Beautiful, beautiful hand. So we've got ourselves some good protection from Valakut, and we're pretty much going to be in a good spot, because if they start sending these Valakut triggers up top, we're going to have Hound of Athreos kind of breathing in every single turn to kind of get that lifelink, so that'll be pretty good. The only thing that we do need to rip into would be another piece of equipment that's really going to accelerate our game plan, but hey, we've got Return to Dust on Dark Steel and Shadow Spear, so that should be a pretty good thing for us. So anything else, we will pass the turn. Now, if they do end up going for Kamahl, they do have an active Kamahl next turn. It will have haste, so what we'll probably end up doing is going for Path to Exile. I know that, oh, excuse me, that's going to allow them to go for it again. But if they spend 2 turns going for Kamahl each time, I think we're okay with that. I mean, this is going to be an extra land on the battlefield. All right, so it's going to be Kamahl coming down. Let's see if they end up going for the equip. If they go for the equip on something, we'll just go for Path to Exile in response to that. I feel like it's a good way for us to kind of dodge that. So we're going to go for... And actually, we'll do it like this. So we're going to go, in response to that, we're going to go Path to Exile. Yeah, and this is going to be good with this Return to Dust next turn, because we're definitely going to be able to dodge that Shadow Spear. All right, it's going to be 3 damage up top to us. It's going to put us down to 31. And they didn't make the Mountain land drop this turn, so we'll see if they have another Mountain. But once we deal with the Shadow Spear next turn, we'll be in a pretty good spot. So, all right, this is going to be Path to Exile. And the good thing is that this is all happening in response to that Shadow Spear activation. So we're not going to lose a Hound of Athreos on this one. So very nice sequencing. We're able to get that done. That feels pretty good. Okay, so everybody's going to lose, what is it? They lose Hexproof and Indestructible. But at this point, we're just looking at 1 damage on our cat, which if that's the line of play they want to go for, so be it. They can take care of our cat. We can always Eternalize it if we need to. Okay, and see what we draw into Doomblade, which is a pretty good option, especially against mono red. Let's make the land drop for the turn. I guess Buried Ruin. We don't have any artifacts in the graveyard for Buried Ruin, but we'll still go and get it down. Let's go Return to Dust right now on both of these. We want to have these leave the premises. No more. Not allowed to be here anymore. Tap down Mox Opal. There we go. Look at that. Get rid of that effect. And then let's go and push in. Now, if we end up going Doomblade, we could get rid of that Stinger over there. But I think we're fine. We might as well just go and hold on to Doomblade. Let's go swinging with the cat, swinging with the dogs. We got cats and dogs swinging in. This is just a beautiful board state. That's going to be 3's lifelink, which is going to put us back up to 31. Typically against a burn deck, if you can just gain 10 to 15 life over the course of the game. That's a very good thing for you. All right, opponent's going to go for Stinger. We force the activation. Just going to swing in for 3. That's going to put them down to 19, put us back up to 31. And yeah, we're at the point now to where we should be able to dodge. If we can get a few more pieces of equipment on the Athreos, getting that Hound of Athreos, getting that lifelink, that's really going to make a difference in this one. Now, as far as the pieces in the deck, what are we doing to make sure Hound of Athreos is a beautiful petting zoo for all the little Athreos achievers? We have Sword of Sinew and Steel. We have Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Feast and Famine. I'm trying to look, see what else. We do have Trailblazer's Boots. That's going to allow us to swing in on non-basic land, basically non-basic land walk. We do have Hero's Blade, Black Blade Reforge, and we also do have Shadow Spear. So we're not super heavy on the equipment. We're probably looking about 8 pieces of equipment because, just simply having a commander that has Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink already on it, that is a very nice feeling. So that's going to be Kamahl Pit Fighter. Let's see what they end up going for. Yeah, let's just go for, I guess we'll see if they can make the land drop, and then we'll go for Doomblade in response to that. Yeah, they simply just roll Swiftfoot Boots out there. So let's see if they swing in for 6 or not, and they decide not to. So let's go for Doomblade, because we just want to utilize this mana. So we're going to look at 3 damage up top. That's going to put us back down. But the good thing is we can still negate it by swinging in with Hound of Athreos. All right, it's going to be 3 damage to us. It's going to put us to 28. Yeah, just having incremental life gain against burn, that's one of the worst things that they can deal with. But one of the worst things that they want to deal with. It's not a good time for them. It's like us playing Aristocrats and our opponent has Graveyard Hate. That is not good. All right, so we do have Fetid Heath line of play. Yeah, I think we just end up going for this. Let's go Thrain Dynamo. That's still going to allow us to eternalize out of the graveyard. There we go. It's going to be Thrain Dynamo. And the good thing about Pouncer is it's going to be a 4/4 double strike now, which is going to be very good for us. So let's go for Pouncer. That's going to be eternalized. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then white and white. And we've completely dumped our hand, but at this point, that is A-okay for us. Oh, look at that cat. Beautiful. Zombie kitty. Let's go and swing in for 3. That's going to knock them down to 16, put us back up to 31. And if they want to end up going for Kamahl again, I think this will be the 3rd time they have to go for Kamahl, so it's going to be 10 total mana. That's still going to be a big chunk of their turn this turn. So there we go. All right, swinging in with Hound of Athreos. I know we don't have this crazy board state develop right now, but you can definitely see we're simply just kind of keeping that pressure up on your opponent, even though we don't have this crazy Hound of Athreos. Simply being able to swing in, start chipping away. We are looking at 12 total commander. Yeah, we've paid the iron price for that 12 commander damage right now. Look at that. All right, so opponent's going to go for a Stinger activation. It's up top to the dome. That's going to put us down to 30, and then anything else we will pass the turn. We do have Buried Ruin, return artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something. Yeah, we have no artifacts. So at this point, we're just basically kind of on the 4/4 cat double strike and Hound of Athreos protection game plan at this point right now. They do have Shivian Gorge out there. Deal 1 damage to each opponent. Luckily, that's not for creatures, so we don't have to worry about that. And we are going to get some pressure from Valakut if they keep making their mountain land drops. But they don't have a consistent card draw source right now. If they had something like, Howling Mine out there, Mind's Eye, Staff of Nin, I would definitely be worried. But, oh, that's a bummer, man. Yeah, we'll return it back to the command zone. The good thing about this is that with the Athreos, that was the first trip back to the command zone. So we can actually just recast it and boot it up pretty quick. We'll see if they have any sort of instant speed removal before we can do that, but we should be in a pretty good spot to get down Hound of Athreos, and they're simply just going to go for Sad Robot. So there we go. So we're looking at 5 total mana, which we're definitely going to be able to clear with our mana rocks, and that way if we do draw in another piece of equipment, we should be able to cast that piece of equipment and equip at the same time too. So all right, so we got Valakut trigger. It's the Battle of Valakut right now, and we are both pretty much in top deck mode. Blasphemous Act was a wonderful card for them to have, but thankfully Swiftfoot Boots is going to give us haste and allow us to kind of push past Sad Robot over there. So there we go. Let's see what we rip into for the turn. Concealed Courtyard. Okay, so we do not hit that piece of equipment, but let's go ahead and go for Athreos. Get down a Hound of Athreos. Let's go for Swiftfoot Boots on there. There we go. Tap down for 1. At this point, I mean, if we rip into... We do have Exsanguinate in here, so, I mean, might as well... Actually, I'll explain that in a second. Let's go and swing it for 3 first. There's sometimes to where if you get into top deck mode, you kind of maybe want to hold a card back just to kind of complicate your opponent's turn. Maybe they want to do this or do that, and well, maybe they have removal or something like that. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, I think we will end up holding on to it. And then anything, yeah, let's do that because we're at 15 total commander damage, and I doubt they're not going to go for the line of play that they're going to go for because we're holding back one card. But yeah, at this point in the game, I think we're better off just holding it. We've got Thran Dynamo, Mox Opal, Talisman. This is one of those ways to where it's not going to allow us to end up with a really good turn. If they're going to go for Kamahl, they're going to go for Kamahl, not be worried about removal either way. But at least just them adding that extra thing to worry about. What is that last card in their hand? So that way, if we do draw into another land, we can still kind of make our land drops. But sometimes taking a land drop off for a turn, especially late game, allows you to at least kind of get some threat up. So, but if they get something out there that you would have used the removal on, then they're like, okay, well then this this person doesn't have anything in their hand. They're going to go for Swiftfoot Boots. So let's see what this is going to be. Choose target artifact player controls in their graveyard. So we have no artifacts, and they're just looking at Wayfarer's Bauble. So I think we're okay on this. Now, with them having a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, that is going to be a little problematic for Hound of Athreos. So let's see. We draw into Sigarda's Aid. Okay. So let's go ahead and drop that down. And we do have card draw in here. We have Read the Bones, Painful Lesson, Ambition's Cost, Ancient Craving. So hopefully we rip into something pretty soon. I think at this point, we just still go ahead and swing in with Hound of Athreos because we really just want to gain this life. That's going to be one of the main things that we're looking for. So, and I guess with Goblin Welder, yeah, we'll see how they want to set this up. So we're going to go and push in for 3. I mean, we're at 15 total commander damage, so if we can get in some extra damage, we'll take that. This does allow them to get a little bit of extra life gain. I mean, a card draw from this. All right, so they're going to block. And they're still going to be able to bring Sad Robot back to their hand. So that still puts us back up to 30. Man, if we can just get some piece of equipment, that would really help us out. But anything else, we're going to go and pass turn over there. So, but yeah, this is pretty much the core concept of the deck. We want to use Athreos as kind of like a... if we can close the game out with Athreos, we definitely want to do that. You're always going to do that if you can, assemble that. But one of the things that I really enjoy about Athreos being a Voltron commander in this particular build is that the Hound of Athreos really allows you to just kind of keep some pressure up on your opponent. Let's say we're able to kind of chip away at our opponent's creatures on the battlefield. Let's say they have planeswalkers. The fact that Hound of Athreos does have Vigilance and Haste. Vigilance, Menace, and Lifelink. It allows us to kind of start swinging in and just keeping our life total above water, and really getting rid of their resources. So that's kind of one of the fun ways to kind of set this up. So let's see where they're going to send this Valakut. I assume it's going to be up top. So it's going to put us down to 27. Okay, and that will be Kamahl, Pit Fighter, coming down too. So that'll be an extra 3 damage. They can send it up top if they want to. They're going to equip these Swiftfoot Boots onto Kamahl. Yeah, it's up. They know we don't have removal in the hand now, so we'll definitely make that lane drop next turn. This is going to be Wayfarer's Bauble Crag. Let's see if they decide to swing in for 6 at this point right now. And almost if I'm our opponent, I would probably end up doing that. Because with this Valakut for 3, that's going to put us down to 24. And that's going to allow them to swing in for 6, puts us down to 18. So at least getting us in the teens is something that they can definitely line up, especially with an extra mountain lane drop and something like Sad Robot. All right, so they decide not to swing in. Yeah, let's see if we can rip into some sort of equipment. Fingers crossed. Yeah, there we go. Stoneforge Mystic. All right, let's go for it. It's going to be Stoneforge Mystic. Search your library for a piece of equipment. Let's see what's going to help us out on this. The good thing about this is we might end up going for Sword of Fire and Ice. Yeah, let's do that ability. Get this popped out. Protection from red and blue. That is exactly what we want to see. I guess technically we could go Shadow Spear, but just having this protection is really just going to allow us to kind of push on from there. So let's go for... if we end up going Sword of Sinew and Steel, check on black and red, destroy an artifact or planeswalker. I think we just end up going Sword of Fire and Ice, because that's going to give us the protection that we need, and that's also going to allow us to equip it on there pretty good. So let's drop in Concealed Courtyard. Let's go for Sword of Fire and Ice. We're going to drop that in, and it's also going to allow us to just immediately equip it on to Hound of Athreos, which is going to be very good for us. All right, so we're going to equip a Sword of Fire and Ice onto Athreos. Oh, that's going to make us a 5. Yes, definitely use that ability. The only downside is we're going to be exactly just enough commander damage, but we're going to go and swing in on this one. That should put us at 20 total commander damage. All right, so swinging in for a 5/5, protection from red, that's going to basically put them on only having artifact creatures out there to block, and hopefully with that menace, that's going to be just enough. And I think what we might end up doing, and this is going to be 2 damage. So we go up top, that's going to put them down to 6. I think I kind of like chipping away at Goblin Welder. Yeah, let's do that. All right, it's going to get rid of Goblin Welder. We draw into a card that's going to be Bloodstained Mire. And then anything else, yeah, that's going to be it. Pass the turn over there. So we'll see what they have to assemble for the turn. You know, they're almost going to have to do 30 points of damage next turn to close the game out. And they're going to have to get some sort of non-red creatures in combination of 2 or more to be able to stop Hound of Athreos. So that should be pretty good. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. You know, mono red typically always has it sometimes, but we'll see if they do have it this particular game. That's going to put us down to 23. Even if they have a tap out X spell, that's going to be 1 Grafted Exoskeleton. That's going to give Kamahl Infect. It's going to be Sad Robot. Okay. It's going to be an extra. So they end up putting Grafted Exoskeleton. It's going to have Infect. That's going to be 3 damage. Yeah, they're going to send that 3 damage up top to us. But that's only going to be 3 Infect. So I think we should. Hopefully, should be able to close it out. We'll see. That's going to be Outpost Siege, which is either going to be cons or that, and that's going to be 3. Yeah, I think we're good on this one. So there we go. You can definitely, I mean, I'm not saying we're going to win on this one, but if they untap, we get to untap. It's looking very good. But you can see this is exactly what Athreos wants to do, the Hound of Athreos. You know, just kind of chip away at your opponent's life total. Develop a very nice exoskeleton. Okay. Well, you can also develop a very nice exoskeleton, but just kind of develop this board state that just really whittles away at your opponent's life total. And then once you get to the late game, it's a little hard for them to kind of stop that. So, and they're tapped out completely except for 1 red mana. See what we draw into. That's going to be Worn Power Stone. Let's go and swing across. That's going to be Athreos, and that should be exactly just enough commander damage. That's going to be absolutely beautiful right there. There we go. All right, swinging in with Athreos. Hound of Athreos, excuse me. And yes, I've been recording a ton of Athreos this morning. So if it annoyed you that I said Athreos instead of Kunoros the entire time, hey, it's just, I'm on my 3rd game recording this morning, and so your brain gets a little mushy sometimes. So there we go, swinging it for 5. That's going to be 25 total commander damage. We paid the iron price for half of that commander damage. That's going to be 3 up top to us. It's going to be 3 infect. There we go, but that is definitely beautiful. I know the little Athreos achievers are super excited to see Hound of Athreos over there with Sword of Fire and Ice. So they're definitely ready to get in there with that petting zoo. Not the craziest looking Hound of Athreos, but hey, got the job done. 25 total commander damage. That is a good game right there. So if you enjoyed your time at the petting zoo, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.